safety of your money in the bank during COVID-19 pandemic because the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC, protects it. The NDIC and other relevant agencies have intensified monitoring of all banks to protect your savings from any risk. We assure you that your money is absolutely safe in the banks, but not so under your beds. The protection of your money is guaranteed when you deposit it in a licensed bank. Look out for NDIC sticker in all licensed banks, and if you have deposit in any closed licensed bank, you can still claim your money by filling the verification form on the NDIC website www.ndic.gov.ng or email claimscomplaints@ndic.gov.ng. For inquiries, call us on our toll-free NDIC help desk line 08006 342 4357 or email helpdesk@ndic.gov.ng. NDIC, protecting your bank deposits.
Welcome back. You're watching the news at 10 here on the network service. Let's now bring in the essay to the Minister of State for FCT and Primary Health Care, Mr. Bayo Bello, to speak more on the penalties for those who have breached the movement restriction in the FCT. Mr. Bello, thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, the viewers. Good morning, the commentators, the moderators.
All right. We've seen quite a number of breaches, of the restriction of movement directive by the federal government. For the benefit of the doubt, can you kindly remind us of some of the penalties, especially for that particular pastor who was arrested?
Yeah, I think the sensitization program by all the stakeholders in the FCT to the people so that they will have that knowledge. We are trying to build the capacity, the knowledge of our people in the FCT. And honestly speaking, a lot of people, they're at par with the administration of FCT as per the reasons for the lockdown. It's not for the fun of it.
Yes, sorry to interject. We just want you to give us an idea of what the penalties are and what is it that is going to be for the pastor who breached the lockdown directive.
Yeah, we are going to. I don't want to prescribe anything because according to the pastor, he was trying to explain something that the program was meant to be. Since last year they planned the program and all that. We are going to take the pastor to the law court and he will defend himself. There's rule of law. You don't do jungle justice. We will take the pastor before the law. He will say his own, then the law will take his course.
Okay, Mr. Bayo, I would like to come in here. What will you say about the traffic gridlock? It's as if it's just another normal day on the roads, especially the Kubwa Expressway this morning. We saw long traffics, queue of people just waiting to come into town. What can be done to address that? Why are people not adhering to the lockdown order?
Yeah, you cannot say that people are not adhering to the lockdown order. A lot of stakeholders are coming into the fold. The palliative care, we have a lot of contractors. They bring a lot of things into the city. We have a lot of, about few places where we offload the consignments. So a lot of people most people in town, they are stakeholders. Because any right-thinking FCT resident with all the sensitization, with all the announcements and all that, we abide. We obey the laws. So I cannot say that most of the people on the street, they are stakeholders, one way or the other, in the system, in the chain, to make sure that people are the lockdown and the commodities are not. We are doing the palliative now.
Yes, okay. Since you've talked about the palliative, let's speak on that briefly. We know that, one of the main reasons, given by those who have breached the lockdown directive is that they don't have the means to feed their families and, of course, maintain the stay at home. I know the FCT started the distribution of palliatives yesterday. What other details can you give us now?
Yeah, at this junction, let me say, on behalf of the Honorable Minister Alhaji Muhammad Bello and the Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Ramotu Tijani Aliu, say big thank you to the chairman of Abaji local government, Alhaji Abdurrahman Ajia, his councillors, and the good people of Abaji. We started on Saturday, the palliatives. Honorable Minister was there on Friday for hours in Area 11, Art and Culture, to make sure that everything, she inspected all the consignments.
What areas have you covered so far since?
Your Abaji, we started with Abaji.
Okay.
And by now, the chairman of the monitoring committee is giving his report to all the chairmen of other committees. Then we will go to another. Then based on these reports, some incidents will be used as learning curve. Then we'll be able to plan better for the next stage. But generally, it was successful. I commend the chairman and the councillors and the good people of Abaji for their cooperation. The chairman was there, the League of Imam, the PDP chairman, the APC chairman in Abaji. They were all there before we arrived in Abaji on Saturday, and everything went well.
So if I may come in here, what measures are you using to ensure that these palliatives get to the most vulnerable and poor people, which is intended to reach?
No, to be honest, let me once again commend the chairman of Abaji local government, Alhaji Abdurrahman. I mean, before the councillors in the wards, they have PAs. They have the list of the household and the heads of the household. We follow this trend and we monitored it. Don't understand me, religiously. Before we arrived in Abaji, all the councillors and their PAs, they have the list already. Everything was arranged. And the PDP chairman in Abaji, APC, they were happy. All the stakeholders.
All right, I say, Bayo Bello, we'll just have to stop you here. I would like to appreciate you for coming to give us all this. And of course, we keep monitoring the distribution of the palliatives. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
All right, let's bring you other stories now. And it is a fact, of course, that the typical African tradition strengthens communal living. However, with increasing cases of coronavirus pandemic, there is a shift in perspective towards impeding community transmission of the virus. And that's among residents of Lafia, Nasarawa State Capital. Victoria Kasua Ojito has more on that story.
Nasarawa State three next-door neighbors of FCT Benue and Kaduna are contending with confirmed cases of the coronavirus. Although no case have been detected so far in Nasarawa, it is not business as usual for the government and residents. In Lafia, for instance, around Konfa Fada, which is the Emir's palace, usually busy, is now a shadow of itself. The situation is the same in Rice Mill, which is a local industrial hub of the community, and Kwandere Road have complied with the directives to stay away from one another, at least physically. On their experiences, here are some of the people.
The people of Emir Palace are complying with the rules that government said that we should stay at home. And we obey the rules. So we need help from the government. That if you can see, people are not working. They are staying at home. So they need some help from the government.
We are believing God that nothing will happen to us. We didn't prevent ourselves. We just say God should take full control of our lives.
Beyond the stay-at-home order, health tips including regular hand washing especially has become the norm.
If all of us should comply and go by the instruction being given to us as regards to the issue of safety, or trying to telling us not to go this, not to do this, and giving us some guideline on what to do. Let's try and comply in order to safeguard ourselves.
The state government is sustaining engagements across the state, including extending time period of curfew and lockdown, as well as getting infrastructure ready to defeat the outbreak of COVID-19. In Lafia, Victoria Kaswa Ojito, NTA News.
And following the emergence of 3 new cases of COVID-19 in Katsina State, Governor Aminu Bello Masari has directed the total lockdown of the state capital beginning 7 a.m. Tuesday, 21st of April 2020. Awal Haliru reports that the governor gave the directive while addressing newsmen at the government house, Katsina. While appealing to the understanding of the general public, Governor Aminu Bello Masari said the measure is to contain the spread of COVID-19 into the state capital.
All other local governments will be restricted. Movement within only those local governments except Daura and Dusuma. God forbidden, should we have any outbreak in any local government, will equally close that local government, shut it down completely.
The next report is from Akwa Ibom, where the state COVID-19 team is embarking on aggressive testing prelude to considering whether the domestic economy would be reopened after the one-week lockdown extension. Now, the COVID-19 team appeals to all residents to cooperate and offer themselves for testing, even if they are yet to display any symptom. The whole idea, they say, is to make sure everyone is safe, considering that safety is paramount to the state government. Residents are also enjoined to continue to observe stipulated personal and respiratory hygiene guidelines and practice social distancing. This contains in a statement issued by the State Commissioner for Information, Charles Odo.
You're watching the news at 10 on NTA News 24, reaching you live from Abuja. When we return,
economic experts predict a new global economic order. That's after COVID-19. Don't go away.
There is a lot of fake news and report circulating, especially on social media, on the coronavirus. Do not believe or partake in the spread of these fake reports. If it is not on the official website or news from the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, disregard such report. Only together can we beat this virus. Only together can we overcome this pandemic. Follow the instructions and guidelines provided to combat this virus. Most importantly, stay at home. Self-isolate, regardless of your status. The virus doesn't move unless we move. Let us work together to better Nigeria. Together, we can do this. This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Africa's largest television network.
many thanks for being there. As part of efforts to prevent the spread of COVID-19 into the state capital, the Bayelsa state government has commenced the demolition of illegal structures in major markets within Yenagoa, the state capital.
Emeka Okpala reports that the state task force on COVID-19 arrived Swali Ultra Modern Market as early as 7 o'clock.
Circulating, especially on social media, on the coronavirus. Do not believe or partake in the spread of these fake reports. If it is not on the official website or news from the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, disregard such report. Only together can we beat this virus. Only together can we overcome this pandemic. Follow the instructions and guidelines provided to combat this virus. Most importantly, stay at home. Self-isolate, regardless of your status. The virus doesn't move unless we move. Let us work together to better Nigeria. Together, we can do this. This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, Africa's largest television network.
NTA, you can't beat the rich.
You can follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook at NTA Network News, Instagram at NTA Network, Twitter at NTA News Now, YouTube at NTA News Online. Or visit www.nta.ng. For live streaming, visit www.nta.ng/live. Now, you can stay updated on the go, be it on your TV, iPhone, laptop, or iPad, or download the NTA mobile application from your Play Store or App Store. NTA, you can beat the rich.